Hello, students. Good morning, all of you. Today, I, Rabindra Mohan Mishra, from Sri Jagdamba Sanskrit College, Batho, am taking the class of Shastri second. Today, we see some more explanation from the play Merchant of Venice. We have seen many explanation from the poem earlier also. Today we see from Act 3, Part 2, Act 3, Scene 2 of the play Merchant of Venice. For this, the first paragraph is: Thou for myself alone, I would not be ambitious in my wish, to wish myself much better, yet for you I would be troubled 20 times myself, a thousand times more fair, 10,000 times more rich. These lines have been taken from the play The Merchant of Venice. These lines are written by William Shakespeare. Shakespeare was a great dramatist. He was certainly one of the most successful writers of his time. These lines are taken from Act 3, Scene 2 of the play Merchant of Venice. In the line, Portia is explaining his own about her own importance and beauties. Portia is certainly one of the most famous heroines of the play is set in Venice. Portia is an intelligent, wealthy young woman whose father has recently died. Before his passing, he set up a test by which men could complete to win Portia's hand in marriage. The test is this: there are three caskets, one gold, one silver, and one lead. Inside one of the caskets is a picture of Portia. Whoever picks the correct casket can marry her. In these above lines, we see that this speech is a beautiful declaration of love for Portia to Bassanio, but inside of it sits many notes to one of the other main themes of the play, such as money. Portia sees a lot of money talk when describing herself and her value. She might be in love, but she understands how to talk the talk in the world of money and men. Juxtaposed to the theme of money is the theme of hidden value also. Bassanio on Portia by not judging the lead casket by its appearance. Portia will soon disguise herself as a man and become unrecognizable to her husband. Portia declares her love fully and gives everything of hers over to Bassanio. She follows up this giving of her of power and property by also giving Bassanio her ring to wear. She says that it is a symbol of his love for her. If he loses it, she will be able to denounce him, which would be pretty damning in those days. We could interpret these final lines as Portia's insurance policy for herself and her marriage. Portia is no once full. The heroine is inundated with suitors for all over the world, and lucky for her, none of them guess correctly. Portia is in love with Bassanio, a young noble from Venice. When Bassanio finally arranges the money to travel to Belmont to try his luck, Portia is excited and nervous about the outcome. Bassanio has just chosen the lead casket. He opens it to find Portia's portrait and a scroll inside that confirms he has won Portia's hand in marriage. Bassanio says that he is feeling overwhelmed and needs assurance for Portia that it is true. In short, we conclude that this line teaches us that love is blind. Again, it reminds us that love is essential for all. Now we see the next paragraph. But the full sum of me is sum of something which, to term in gross, is an unlessoned girl, unschooled, unpracticed, happy in this. She is not bred so dull, but she can learn. Happiest of all is that her gentle spirit commits itself to yours to be directed as from her Lord, her Governor, her King. These lines have been taken from the play The Merchant of Venice. These lines are written by William Shakespeare. Shakespeare was a great dramatist. He was certainly one of the most successful writers of his time. These lines have been taken from Act 3, Scene 2 of the play The Merchant of Venice. Portia speaks in these lines to Bassanio after he has made the choice of the right casket. Portia is explaining her earnest happiness towards Bassanio in these above lines. In these above lines, Portia is in a happy and excited mood. She submits herself completely to her future husband. Being humble, Portia describes herself as an untaught and unexperienced girl. She wishes to be better to win his esteem. She deliberately underestimates her worth, while for anyone else, that self description might seem like a person or character acting politely humble. Portia seems to be genuinely humble. She has the confidence that accompanies great beauty and wealth, but she is still nervous about marrying the right man and is not too proud to fall in love with and, and marry Bassanio despite his lack of fortune. She is also generous with her fortune when Bassanio admits that his friend is in debt for the considerable sum of 3,000 ducats. She immediately offered enormous amounts of money to help him rescue Antonio from Shylock. Portia is definitely feisty and intelligent and humble, but she could well be all of those other things such as unlessoned girl, unschooled, unpracticed as well. Portia could be unlessoned and unschooled, raised as many wealthy Renaissance women were, to manage a household and children rather than given formal schooling. Still, no matter who pored over the books of law and developed her court tactics, Portia displays courage and intelligence in presenting herself as Balthazar in order to risk her new husband's closest friend. The most sterling quality of Portia's character is her generosity. She is rich and beautiful, yet she is free from arrogance and petty mindedness. She does everything possible to save Antonio. No ordinary person would be as generous towards a stranger as she is. In the meantime, Celerio has seen such thing, but that turns into the bad towards the Beshenio. In short, we conclude that these line teaches us that we should be generous towards the needy or poor person. Again, these line reminds us that we should be cooperative towards others.